through projects. In this video, we are going to explain about a project titled Financial Fraud Detection Using Machine Learning. In the fast-paced world of digital transactions and the financial activities, detecting and preventing the fraudulent transactions have become paramount for the financial institutions and business. Leveraging the power of advanced machine learning techniques, our project aims to develop a robust and efficient system to identify the potential fraudulent activities in the real time. By analyzing the transaction details and the other relevant features, our solution can swiftly distinguish between the legitimate and fraudulent financial transactions, providing the valuable insight for safeguarding against fraud, protecting the customer, and ensuring the integrity and security of the financial system. The objective of our The objective of our project is to build a comprehensive and accurate system for detecting and preventing the fraudulent transaction and the financial domain, leveraging the machine learning algorithm including the random forest, decision tree, SVM, voting classifier, and naive Bayes. We aim to create the model capable of identifying the potential fraudulent activities in the real time. By analyzing the transaction details and relevant features, our project seeks to provide the financial institution and the business with the advanced tool to proactively detect the fraud, protect the customer from the financial loss, and maintain the trust and integrity of the financial system. Ultimately, our goal is to contribute to a safer and more secure financial landscape, fostering the confidence and reliability in the digital transactions and the financial operation. These are the basic requirements that are needed to build this project. The software requirements are Python IDE with version of 3.7 or Anaconda with version of 3.7 or Jupyter Notebook. Hardware requirements are operating system as Windows, processor of minimum Intel i3 and above, RAM of minimum 4 GB, hard disk of minimum 250 GB. And to know about the flow of the project, these are the steps we need to discuss. The first one is importing the libraries. The project starts by importing the essential Python libraries such as NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, sklearn, Flask, etc. These libraries provide the necessary tools and the functions for the data manipulation, visualization, machine learning, web development, and more. And the second one is importing the dataset. The dataset contains the transaction details, including the transaction ID, transaction date time, customer ID, terminal ID, time seconds, time days, fraud scenario is imported. This dataset serves as the foundation for training and evaluating the machine learning model for the fraud detection. And the third one is data visualization. Data visualization techniques are employed to gain the insight into the dataset structure and the characteristic. Visualization like histograms, scatter plots, and the heat maps are used to explore the relationship between the features, identify the pattern, and detect the potential anomaly or the outliers. And the next one is model building. Multiple machine learning models are constructed for the financial fraud detection. And these are the first one is random forest. Random forest is an ensemble learning method that combines the multiple decision tree to improve the classification accuracy and reduce the overfitting. In the project, random forest is used to build a robust model for the financial fraud detection. Each tree in the forest is trained on the random subset of the features and training samples, and the final prediction is obtained by aggregating the prediction of individual trees through the voting. Random forest is capable of handling the high-dimensional data and mitigating the impact of noisy or irrelevant features, making it suitable for the complex classification problem like the fraud detection. And the second one is decision tree. Decision tree is a non-parametric and interpretable algorithm used for both the classification and the regression tasks. And this project, decision tree is utilized to build a model that predicts the likelihood of the financial fraud based on the transaction details and the other features. The algorithm recursively split the dataset into the subsets by selecting the best feature to maximize the information gain or minimize the impurity. Decision trees are easy to understand and visualize making them valuable for gaining the insight into the factors influencing the fraudulent transaction. And the third one is SPM. It stands for Support Vector Mission. It is a powerful supervised learning algorithm used for binary and multi-class classification tasks. In the project, SPM is applied to classify the financial transaction into fraudulent and non-fraudulent category. SPM seeks to find an optimal hyperplane that best separates the different classes, maximizing the margin between them. SPM can handle the high-dimensional data and the non-linear decision boundary effectively, making it suitable for the complex classification problem and the financial fraud detection. And the next one is voting classifier. Voting classifier is an ensemble technique that combines the prediction of multiple classifiers, including the random forest, decision tree, SPM, and the naive-Bayes to make the final prediction. In the project, the voting classifier integrates the strength of individual algorithms to improve the overall predictivity performance. By taking a majority vote or the weighted average, the voting classifier leverages the collective knowledge of the diverse model, making it a powerful tool for the financial fraud detection. And the next one is naive-Bayes. Naive-Bayes is a probabilistic algorithm based on the Bayes theorem. In the project, naive-Bayes is used for financial fraud detection by estimating the probability of a transaction being fraudulent based on its feature. Despite its naive assumption of the feature independence, naive-Bayes often performs well in various classification tasks, especially when the data contains a large number of features. Naive-Bayes can be computationally efficient and works well with the high-dimensional data, making it suitable for the large-scale fraud detection scenario. And the next one is accuracy comparison graph. After training and evaluating each model, an accuracy comparison graph is plotted to visually compare the performance of the different algorithms. This graph helps in selecting the most suitable model for the fraud detection. And the next one is training the model. Each algorithm is trained on the pre-processed dataset to learn the pattern and the relationship between the features and the fraudulent transaction. And the next one is user gives the input. A Flash web application is created to allow the user to input the transaction details for predicting the potential fraud. And the next one is the given input is pre-processed for prediction. The user provided input is pre-processed to ensure it is in the right format and the condition for the model to process. And the next step is trained model is used for the prediction. Each trained machine learning model, including random forest, decision tree, SPM, voting classifier, and naive-Bayes is used to predict the likelihood of fraud for the given transaction. And the last one is final outcome is displayed. The prediction from all the models are collected and the final outcome is displayed on the Flash web application. The users is informed whether the transaction is potentially fraudulent or not, providing the actionable insight to protect the customers and the financial system from the fraudulent activities. And the execution of the project. To execute the project, first we need to open the code folder. And this is the code folder containing of various files within it. And the static folder containing of folders like CSS, JavaScript, vendor, assets and bootstrap files within it. And the template folder containing of HTML documents typically include of home, index, notebook, result, sign in and sign up pages within it. And the app is an py file which likely contain the information related to the front-end logic. It includes the code written in Python that handle the server-side operation such as processing the user request, interacting with the database and generating the dynamic content that to be rendered in the HTML template. And this is the final transaction is a CSV file that is used in the dataset in this project. And the model is an pickle file which likely contains the algorithm information and it is loaded into the project code during the runtime to utilize the trained model for the various tasks such as making the prediction on the new data or performing the specific operation. A notebook is an IPYNB file which contains a combination of code, graph, and output all in one place. It allows the user to write and execute the code in the individual cell, making it a popular choice for the data science. And the signup.db is a file appeared to be the database file used to store the user information. And for the execution of the project, first we need to copy this code folder path and then open the Anaconda prompt. Here first we need to change the location of the disk to F because our code folder is present in fdisk. Then write a command cd space and paste this code folder path. By this it will change the current directory to the code folder path. And then click on the enter button. Here we need to write a command that is python space app.py. By using this command it will execute the Python script and perform the runtime check for any syntax errors or the logical issues. And then click on the enter button. Here by this the app.py file will run on the Flash framework will host the default address like this, and we need to copy this local link and paste it on any of the web browser of our choice. And I'm using the Google Chrome and pasting this link, and here we can see that of the title of the project and also the sign in and sign up buttons within it. Here then click on the sign up button. Here we can see that some of the details that are need to be filled to create an account, but my account is already created, that's why I'm using the sign in button. Here it redirected to the sign in page containing of some necessary details that are username and password that need to be filled with of admin. And then click on the submit button. Here it will redirect it to the index page containing of some input details that are need to be filled. The customer ID is of 6457 and the terminal ID is of 76 and the TX amount of 67987 and the TX time seconds is of 12 and the TX time days is of 0. And then click on the submit button. Here the result page is redirected and it gives as fraud transaction is detected. And by using the try again button, we can redirect it to this index page and we can enter the other details too. And here I'm entering the customer ID as of 569 and the terminal ID is of 3245 and the TX amount is of 789 and the TX time seconds is of 12 and the TX time days is of 0. And then click on the submit button. Here the page is redirected and it resulted as of genuine transaction is detected. In this way we can detect the financial fraud by using various machine learning algorithms. And this is the comparison graph of various metrics we used, where in x-axis the algorithms we used and the y-axis the score of each metric. And in conclusion, our project on financial fraud detection using the machine learning has achieved its objective of building a robust and efficient system for detecting the potential fraudulent transaction. By employing the machine learning algorithm such as random forest, decision tree, SVM, voting classifier, and naive Bayes, we developed an accurate model capable of effectively identifying the fraudulent activity in the real time. The project's success provides the financial institution and the businesses with the valuable tool to protect against the financial fraud, ensure the customer safety, and uphold the integrity of the financial system. This transformative endeavor holds the potential to strengthen the trust, foster the secure financial transactions, and contribute to a more resilient and reliable financial landscape.
Thank you for watching video. For more projects please visit our website www.trueprojects.in. For updates on latest project videos, please visit True Projects YouTube channel and subscribe.